Welcome back, everybody. Let's hear it for this band. My name is Jonathan Stout. This is my orchestra. Welcome back, everybody. That was a tune called In the Bag, recorded by Lionel Hampton in 1942. Believe it or not, that was actually the B-side to Flying Home. And on that high note trumpet, you heard the great Ken McGee, and trombone solos from Riley Baker, clarinet from Chloe Fioranzo, and some tenor from my buddy Nate Kentner here, and Gordon Au on the trumpet at the beginning. And of course, Craig, do you get the vibes? I think that's everybody. Welcome back. For our next song, we're going to do another original tune. And this is something I wrote for the Campus 5 to kind of feature this very forgotten style of chord melody guitar playing, made kind of perfected by one of my heroes that isn't Charlie Christian, the great Alan Roos. So this is the big band version of that song, and I hope you like it. This is called Paging Dr. Roos. All right, in honor of the great Alan Roos, that was called Paging Dr. Roos. Up next, we're going to bring Jim Ziegler back to the microphone to sing you another Lionel Hampton tune. And we're going to have Craig on the vibes, of course, on this one. This is a tune called I'm Minding My Business. All right. So for this next song, this does bear a very, very important introduction. In 1940, here in Los Angeles, Duke Ellington launched a show called Jump for Joy here at the Mayan Theater. And it was a full show, a full review that had many great songs in it. The title track, Jump for Joy, Bleep Lip, which we all know and love, Chocolate Shake, and many others. Rocks in My Bed, I think, also. It was a really important show, and it had a lot to say about racism and about the social conditions that people like Duke were under. And before we play this next song, it's worth saying what this song is about. Shh. So this next song is called Jump for Joy. And it is one of the all-time bangers. It is such a great tune. But it's also a very deep commentary about leaving Jim Crow in the South behind because of things like the Great Migration and coming to other parts of the country and finding out that green pastures aren't really any better necessarily. So Green Pastures were just a Technicolor movie. So there's a social commentary going on that Duke Ellington was talking about. You know, on the one hand, black folks were leaving the South and escaping some of the things that had held them back, but they were landing places where, well, it turns out there were problems too. And so wrapped up in this awesome song that you should dance your hearts out to is this deep message, and it's an important part of what we do, and it's an important part of this tradition with the honor. So we're going to bring Hillary Alexander up to sing this song, but I encourage you to check out, there's a great NPR piece all about the show, Jump for Joy. We're going to play another one of the songs from it later, and I'll remind you about it. But dance your hearts out to this, and just remember that, take it as a sign that when you move out and you find that you've still got some of the same problems, it's just an excuse to do better and find ways to do better. So take this song in your heart and run with it. We're going to play Duke Ellington's Jump for Joy.
Jump for joy. Don't you grieve, little Eve. All the hounds, I do believe, have been killed. Ain't you thrilled? Jump for joy. Have you seen pastures groovy? Green Pastures was just a Technicolor movie. When you stomp up to heaven and you meet old St. Pete, tell that boy, jump for joy. Step right in, give feet some skin and jump for joy. Jump for joy.
For our next song, we're going to bring Ziegler back to the microphone. And this is from the book of the great Jimmy Lunsford. And if you all spontaneously burst into a single dance together, I will understand exactly why. Here is "Tain't What You Do, It's the Way Hot You Do It."
And how's the kid about 3:30? Dancing song gonna get to me. Said things may come, things may go. Here's one thing you ought to know.
Take what you do.
It's way how to do it.
Take what you do.
It's way how to do it.
Take what you do.
It's way how to do it.
That's what kids.
Oh, mama, mama.
Take what you do.
It's time how to do it.
Take what you do.
It's time how to do it.
Take what you do.
It's time how to do it.
That's what kids.
Whoa,
Don't mean a thing.
don't mean a thing.
Easy.
Oh, breezy. That job will swing. Oh, it's time how to do it.
Take what you do.
It's time how to do it.
Take what you do.
It's time how to do it.
That's what kids.
Oh man, it's so beautiful to see so many people doing the shim sham all in one place, all together. Oh, it's been too long. We're gonna do another Lionel Hampton tune. Bring Craig Fudig up to the vibraphone for this one. This is another one of my favorite pieces of automatopoeia, because this song makes a sound that sounds very much like this title. And this is called Giddy Up. And now you see that was called Giddy Up. Beat it up. All right, so this next song is a really special one to me because this is the first song that we specifically had transcribed for our orchestra 19 years ago. When we started this band, the whole point was to serve the swing dance community, and there are only certain charts that were available back then unless you had them transcribed, and that's very, very expensive. And we're so lucky that things like the Lindy Focus project to transcribe a bunch of these songs has happened in the modern era. But 20 years ago, you couldn't just go find some of these great, exactly what somebody would DJ at a dance. Like, you can't find those tunes like written out. So I had our good friend Dean Mora transcribe this song. This is one of those tunes that like jazz historians don't really care about. It's not really something that Artie Shaw ever recorded in a studio, but it's such a popular song among swing dancers and especially Balboa dancers that it's tonight's theme. So we present to you Artie Shaw's Man from Mars. Artie Shaw's Band from Mars. You heard from Keita McKenzie on that clarinet. Nate Kentner on the tenor, Jim Ziegler on trumpet, Riley Baker on trombone, Chris Dawson, of course, on the piano. We are going to cool it down after that. I think that's appropriate. We're going to bring Hillary Alexander up to do it. We're going to keep it in a minor key, though, and do a little bit more Artie Shaw. Here's a beautiful, nice cool down tune. This is called Comes Love.
Put your rubbers on your feet, comes a snowstorm. You can get a little heat. Comes love, nothing can be done. Comes a fire, firemen come to my rescue. Blow a tire, you can patch the inner tube. Comes love, nothing can be done. Oh, don't try hiding, 'cause it isn't any use. You'll start sliding when your heart turns on the juice. Comes a headache, you can lose it in a day. Comes a toothache, see the dentist right away. Comes love, nothing can be done. Well, thank you. That was Comes Love.
We've got a couple more for you this set. We're going to keep it in the medium groove and do another Lionel Hampton tune. And I assume he's referencing Duke Ellington with this title, but here's a tune called Hamp's Got a Duke. So we've got two more songs for you, and I should mention the contestants for the Open Lindy. That means two more songs until your comp, so get ready. We're going to bring Hillary Alexander for the last one up of this set, and we're going to do yet another Lionel Hampton song. And this is something that Dinah Washington sang with the Hampton Band in 1944, and they recorded it, but it's such a rare recording that it's actually missing from many discographies. And it wasn't until we did the Lindy Focus project, transcribing all of these Lionel Hampton tunes, that I found it on a Dinah Washington CD, and it had sort of been mislabeled, and I tracked it down, but it was missing from many Lionel Hampton discographies and different sets. It's a really, really hard to find tune. So there's a good chance that unless you've been to Lindy Focus or here at Camp Hollywood when we've played it or with our orchestra, you may not have ever heard this song. But you know, with songs like Massachusetts and just a little bit south of North Carolina, here's another song about a state. And so here is a song called Arkansas. And to sing it, here's Hillary Alexander.
Heaven smiled because she planned to make it as great as any one of the 48. Nature lent a helping hand so no one could change Arkansas. Living there is mighty grand in Arkansas. That's where you hear loving music that plays all day. Everyone is so friendly. When you get there, brother, you want to stay. When they call the final roll, you've got to go. That's the law. Lordy, make 'em send my soul to Arkansas. Thank you. That was Arkansas. Just a reminder, all Open Lindy finalists, come check in on the left. We're going to start right after this song. Open Lindy finalists, check in.
All right, everybody, this is our last song of this set, and this is another one of those tunes that always gives me goosebumps before I play it for you. Give it up for this band. Our saxophones tonight, Keena McKenzie, Chloe Fioranzo, Jeff Nudell, and Nate Kentner. Our trombones, Riley Baker, Jerome Smith, and Lucian Cobb. Give it up for them. Our trumpets, give it up for the great Gordon Au, Charlie Peterson, Ken McGee. And on trumpet and vocals, Jim Ziegler. On the piano, of course, Christopher Dawson. On the bass, Michael Gamble. He'll be leading his band in here tomorrow night. Of course, on drums, the one and only Josh Colazzo. Our special guest on vibraphone, Craig Fundiga. And our featured vocalist, Our Lady of Song, my co-band leader, and your hostess here at Camp Hollywood, Hillary Alexander. All right. And I do want to say one more time, there is a very conspicuous absence here on stage, our dear friend Albert Alva, who's in the hospital recovering from a stroke. We talked to you guys about the Facebook group and about the fact that Pacific Swing Dance Foundation has set up a crowdfunding thing for him, and it's great because it's being run through PSDF. It's actually tax deductible for you, and you can earmark it specifically for Albert. So, the last time I checked earlier this night, there was already $9,000 raised for Albert, and he's got a long road ahead. So we really got to dig deep. When we say the heart and soul of the Campus 5, for 20 years he's been just an absolutely essential part of the soul of what we do. And so, like I said, dig deep. Now, outside on a bunch of the tables, there are QR codes, and it says right there, and that'll just take you to the Pacific Swing Dance website, and you can take it from there. So please, at some point during this weekend, click that QR code and make it happen for Albert, because we want to send him our love and our appreciation for all of his years of just kicking ass for all of you guys every single time, every Camp Hollywood, every Campus 5 gig, everything. And so with that in our hearts, we're going to play our last song of this set. And we're going to do another Duke Ellington tune. Since we have the full extra size Jonathan Stout Orchestra with 3 added members, we get to do a bunch of these Duke tunes and these Lionel Hampton tunes that have an extended range. And this is just the best excuse I can think of to have this band. This is a tune Duke debuted in 1930 and recorded then. But this particular version kind of is the mid-50s to 60s version, and it's just so extra. I love it. Here is Rockin' and Rhythm. up for Ken McGee on that high note trumpet. Lucian Cobb on the bone. Keenan McKenzie on clarinet and Chris Dawson on the piano. That was Rockin' and Rhythm.